Hi, this is Nina. Um, I am coming to you today with this fairly short video. I just want to give you a little update. I've not done a video in a few days. So I just wanted to come to you and talk about what's been going on. I don't know about any of you, but I find this week really quite heavy. I had a past life regression for myself last weekend, which was really good. I really like past life regressions. They're really interesting, and I don't hold any attachment to the information that comes through. I'm not like, oh, I definitely had a past life and that was exactly what happened, and it all played out this way, and I get really obsessed about it. I kind of don't do that. I understand that the information that comes through is important, and whatever way that information comes through, it's going to show me something that's going to help me. This is how powerful our minds are, subconscious minds. It's going to present this information to me in whatever way that is going to allow me to get a broader an expanded awareness of a specific area in my life that I want to work on or heal. So yeah, I don't hold like a massive attachment to that being a past life. It's more about the information being presented to me being helpful for me to understand and move forward with the areas in my life that I feel I need assistance with. So that's my feeling on past life regressions. Whether it's a past life is kind of irrelevant to me. It's more about the information and why it's coming through and how that's going to assist me in moving forward. So yeah, I don't hold any real attachment to too much of the things that we work with in this type of work, in this regression work. I'm not yes, I believe in that, and that is exactly what that is. And I've got a fairly open mind, but more than anything, the information that comes through I know is important, and it kind of doesn't matter to me in what way it is presented to me by my mind. It's just that it's coming through and is going to be helpful. So yeah, that's my feelings about that. Also, I had myself and two other amazing practitioners and good friends of mine, Susanna and Hannah, who I will link in the description below. I'll link their information so you can go and follow them and find them and see what they're up to. They are two amazing practitioners, and they offered to help me and do a surrogate session, BQH session, for my daughter Marnie. Because we can do surrogate sessions if somebody is either too young, like in Marnie's case, she's only 2, or too old, or can't be put into these relaxed states. They can have a surrogate session. So they're not actually going into the trance state. Excuse my dog. They don't actually have to be there at all. It's somebody goes under on their behalf and connects on their behalf. And questions are asked to them like it would be in a normal session, but the person who is in the trance state is answering on that person's behalf. So we decided to get together and do one for my daughter. Now, if you've been following me at all or seen any of my other videos, you'll know about my story about how I came to quantum healing. I will link that video below so you can have a watch of that too, and that explains all of the issues that we had and that Marnie had or has. And yeah, I wanted to kind of explore a bit more and see if there was anything that we could be doing that's going to assist Marnie in her healing process, and just find a little bit more out about where all this has come from and why it's come about. So it was really quite amazing. Yeah, I had some information come through in the past life regression a few days beforehand, so it was really interesting to see what was going to come through, especially about things like my pregnancy and why I experienced the things I did in pregnancy. And yeah, it was amazing, really, really beautiful, and quite incredible, really. There was especially one bit I'll never forget, was Susanna, who was under in hypnosis in the bubble. She was describing Marnie as this translucent light being, almost fairy-like being, that was able to manipulate light and play and shine this light on this kind of landscape, and it would wake everything in that place up and fill it with joy and love. And so we were exploring how she used that light and how she worked with the light. And she was kind of describing that she did it with her hands, and she also had this wand type thing. And it was almost like she was teaching Susanna how to manipulate and move this light. And as Susanna was describing what she was doing with her hands, Marnie, who was sleeping next to me, I was writing like notes from the session, and just out the corner of my eye, I noticed that Marnie's hand was like twitching and moving just at this moment where Susanna was describing her teaching her what she was doing with her hands, and I was just like, oh, what's going on there? That's amazing. So I took a little video of her hand moving. Yeah, so that was really interesting. I'm quite glad that Marnie was asleep she was having a wee nap for the first part of it, because that gave us a chance to really get into the exploration aspect of the session. And then when Marnie woke up, she was really interested in what was being said. I took my headphones out so she could just hear it as well, and she was really paying attention, really listening, even though she's 2 and has the attention span of something without an attention span. She was really listening and really interested to hear what was coming through. There was quite a lot of information that came through about Marnie's past incarnations and about our past incarnation connections, and that was kind of connected to her health issues. It was said that I was clearing things emotionally and Marnie had been clearing things physically, which resonates quite a lot. We were given some healing on this. She was describing this white table, and we were both lying on it together and receiving this healing. yeah, that was really amazing. Excuse me, the bins are being taken out next door, so there's some rumbling going on. Where was it? Where was I talking about? Yeah, so we were given this healing, and it was, for me, it was incredibly emotional. I had this enormous wave of emotion come from the depths, and that felt good to get that out. So yeah, I was very glad to receive that. It's interesting seeing and hearing information about yourself and your child from a soul perspective, as in the journey that both of our souls have been on. And sometimes quite difficult to hear that information come through, because the human part of me is like, I would never do that to her, the mum part's like, no, I wouldn't do that. But actually the soul part kind of gets that, yes, we do, we want to learn these lessons, so we kind of swap these roles of, we may be one thing at one point, and then we want to experience that from a completely different angle, so we switch. So I find that even though the human part of me was kind of not wanting to take that in as true, the higher aspects of me understand the importance of realizing and receiving this information to get bigger and deeper understanding of why we have chosen the path that we've chosen. So that was really, really interesting. And I think for anyone, it's an invaluable experience to receive information about your child from this higher state of awareness. And obviously you have to use your own discernment. You have to take everything with what truly feels right to you, and you kind of have to use your intuition a bit and really sort of figure out whether that rings true or not. So yeah, you kind of have to, you can't just go in and kind of go, oh, I'm going to believe everything. And no, you've kind of got to take it in with an element of, you've got to be reasoned with it. Although the information that comes through is, quite profound and quite, out there, you still have to come to that or receive that information with a certain amount of reason and but also intuition. And if something doesn't feel right, then you can leave it. You don't have to take on every piece of information as gospel. So yeah, I just wanted to explain all that to you. I found it really helpful and really, really interesting. And yeah, really wonderful to have that information about Marnie, and hopefully she'll get to the stage when she's older that she'll maybe want to listen to it and hear this information that came through about her, and maybe we can listen to it together. And I don't know, she might not be interested at all. She might be like, no, Mom, I'm not going there. So the big piece of information that came through was of how to assist her on her way forward from now on. And that was through sound. That was through sound healing, song, music, all of that. So the tone and frequency, because she is of a higher frequency herself. This tone and frequency and sound is the thing that's going to assist her on her path. And her healing. But really the main message that came through is that everything is where it has to be right now. It's not going to be like this forever. But it's where it needs to be right now, and we as her parents just have to trust and allow what needs to unfold. So that was very helpful, and it was certainly very helpful coming from Marnie's higher self. But yeah, what an invaluable experience to have that insight into your child. Amazing. So it's just another layer of how helpful and how non-exclusive this work is. Really, anybody, no matter what is happening to them, or they can have access to the information and to the healing available from quantum healing, which is amazing. So what else do I want to say? I have a session tomorrow with my wonderful friend and previous client. She's coming back for round 2. Previous client B, who is on her way over from Ireland to come and visit, and we're going to have an in-person session. So she's coming over, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. She is very, very receptive to this work. I certainly know her last session for both of us was very, very powerful. So there's a video about that as well. I'll link that too. And yeah, I've got some other sessions coming up later on in November and December. So I will keep you all posted. I just want to say a huge thank you again to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, it's so nice to have you all here. Thank you for following me and listening to me. And yeah, I think that's all. I think if you want to have a session, or you want to talk to me about having a session, or you just want to connect, you can get in touch with me through my website, which is www.rafaelasoulsessions.com, or you can here on YouTube or on Facebook, Rafaela Soul Sessions again. My email is ninamorocco@gmail.com. Yeah, you can get in touch and send me a message, and we can look into having a session for you, or indeed for somebody that you would like to have a session for on their behalf. So yes, thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. All right, thank you. Bye.